We need to talk about dating, man. We need to have a serious conversation about relationships and where they're headed in the future. Now, I know this is a completely different video than the normal gaming content on my channel, but this topic needs to be talked about. I don't have a script, I don't have any AI helping me, nothing like that. I just have a bunch of thoughts in my head that I need to get out to you guys, that I want to talk to you, and frankly, I want to ask you about. I have questions for you, the world, on where you think this is all headed. You know, unless you've been living under a rock the past few years, you've seen the dramatic growth of artificial intelligence and, you know, what that means for the future of humanity in relation in regards to dating and relationships. I don't know. So the first question I have is, for those, you fall under two categories, right? The people watching this video, most likely, you either lived in a world before social media and dating apps, and then you saw what it was like before, right? To have relationships and date and go on dates and meet people in real life. And then you also lived through the inception of dating apps and social media and what that means for relationships and the world and connections, right? You're either in that category or you're in the other category where all you have known are dating apps. You know, as soon as you were alive, you grew up with iPhones, you grew up with smartphones, you grew up being connected on the internet. My generation, I lived in a very unique time where I had both. So, you know, I grew up without it and dated without all the apps and social media. And then I've seen what life is like afterwards. And I've, dated on both sides of the coin. And the first question I have is for you guys, which one is better? You know, do you think that social media has overall helped humanity and dating and marriages and connections, or hurt it? I have my own thoughts on what I believe about that, but moving forward into the major topic, which is like the future, because that's really what I wanted to talk about tonight. Where this is all headed. You know, I don't have a large enough channel yet to fully speak my mind. And I promise you that hopefully one day I will have the platform and the privilege to say what I want and need to say without fear of cancellation or fear of, potentially losing a career or livelihood, right? I'm just not in that position yet. So I have to tread carefully and try to speak as calmly as I can currently. But like I said, hopefully one day you will get the unfiltered lion that you deserve, and I will be able to say what I need to. But for now, I'm going to try to toe the line best I can. I don't think it's good, right? Do you think the future is good? That's, one of the questions. Do you think the future of dating with artificial intelligence, with AI around, is going to be a good future? I don't. I don't think so at all. I've seen and heard stories already on how it is being used nefariously in a very negative way. Yes, you could argue that it can be used in a good way, but in regards to relationships and human connections, I think that the less outside interference you have, the better. Because for example, like I've heard about women have told me that they have, been on dating apps and then they talk to people, and the way the guy is talking is like he's saying everything so perfectly. You know what I mean? Like everything is just seems too good to be true. And then they meet up, and lo and behold, the man is nothing like the one she talked to on the app. Well, turns out multiple men are using the AI to filter and have the conversation with the women for them, right? And that's just one tiny example of what's happening. And then you have it on the other side where women are using it to, um, completely make up characters, like make up their faces, not just make up, but, generate completely fake images and videos of people that aren't even real, right? So you have that nefarious side of it, right? That deception that I personally can't stand. And yeah, no matter which way I slice it, personally, I don't really see a good use for it. I don't really see how this pans out well in the future. Growing up, we were always told that divorce rates were about 50%. This was before social media, before dating apps, okay? I never believed that statistic. I always thought it was higher, and that's when I was growing up. Now, for some reason, it's still, everywhere you look, if you go online, it's still 50%. And if I didn't believe it back then, how much more so now? You know what I mean? So I only think that number is going to go up over time, because we live in a world where instant gratification, instant satisfaction is the norm. If you don't like someone or you don't connect with them, right away, or they do even just one thing wrong that you don't like, boom, you swipe left, whatever, done, on to the next. It's just quick little dopamine hit after dopamine hit. You know, um, the brain, the way the brain works, my background is in psychology and I have a degree in it. The brain just wants that novelty, right? It wants that feeling of gratification, instant gratification, as fast as possible and as much as possible, as intense as possible. So if someone's not giving that to you, second by second, day by day, week by week, the brain says, well, why would I stay here when I can just go over here, and then I can get that satisfaction? Well, then your dopamine circuits run dry, and then you move on to the next. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like, do you not see how this is playing out? Do you not see where this is going? In the future? And then, as far as like on the quote unquote good part of AI, which looks good on the surface, for people that are lonely, right? For people that are antisocial, that don't have many friends, it's going to be good because you're going to have like a little robot buddy, a little friend. You can put him in your phone or in a little robot. I could put him in a little lion, over here. I could put him in a little thing, and like you could have a little friend, like a AI partner, like Ghost from Destiny, if you guys are familiar, or Cortana from Halo, Navi or Midna from Zelda, right? For all the video game references out there. So you can have those little AI partners, or Vega from Doom, these people that you can talk to that are going to know you, right? They're going to know your personality, your humor, your likes, your dislikes, your wants, your desires. They're going to know you better than anybody, better than any of your friends, better than any of your family, because it's all just numbers. We're all just data, after all. So on the one hand, yeah, it's like, okay, cool. For people that are lonely or whatever, you want a little assistant, a little sidekick, a friend, that's fine. My problem is when that permeates and that infiltrates into your relationships. So then it's like, well, you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a significant other, right? A partner, someone you love and care for, and they care for you. Well, what happens when, that AI buddy has a body, right? A robot body, but then eventually they're becoming more and more realistic, as we've seen. They're becoming very human-like. I mean, it's amazing what some of these engineers are doing. I think it's terrifying at the same time. It's absolutely terrifying because being able to distinguish what is real and what is fake is becoming harder and harder every day. And then that's on the robot side, right? But then you also have the online side where you can see a video now. I don't know if you guys have seen it. There are multiple videos going around of like AI generated streamers, like people that, live stream on Twitch and stuff. They look completely real. Okay, like you cannot tell. I mean, maybe you can't. I cannot tell. The average person cannot tell. I'm just scrolling by. I think that's a real person, right? So the deception there is just going to be, it's going to be mind blowing in a bad way, in my opinion. So yeah, so once that AI, that friend, that assistant has that body, right? That form, that physical form, what does that mean for relationships, People are going to stop putting up with each other, They're going to say, why would I stay with you when I have this thing that it never argues with me, it doesn't lie, cheat, steal, take my money, doesn't do anything negative, right? It just knows all the positive things. It does everything positive for me. Relationships and dating, everything is going to get redefined, I'm trying to look into the future and see where all of this is headed. And I'm trying to see where it's a overall net positive, right? Because everything is positives and negatives in life. And I'm trying to see, is it going to end up being a net positive for humanity? For families, for friends, for friendships, for dating, for love. And I don't know the answer. So that's why I'm asking you guys, what do you think? And I'm trying to, put this out there to get a record of it, where I think this is headed. I just don't see, where it ends positively. I hope I'm wrong, right? God, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's, better than we ever could have imagined. That somehow, in some way, it connects us more than we ever thought possible. But as we've seen with social media, that hasn't happened, okay? Social media was created with the idea that even though we're separated by distance, right, and even time, we can be together, right? We can be one, we can be connected, we can feel some kind of relationship with one another. Your friend is across the world, across the globe, in a different country, in a different timeline, right? A different time zone, timeline. We're not there yet. Different time zone. You can just call them. You can just, video chat them, right? Say, hey, how are you doing? And on that front, like I said, it's amazing. That's great. I totally support it. But on the flip side, I think we've also seen how having social media has separated humanity. It's driven relationships apart, right? Kind of like what I was saying earlier in the video. We're so close, right? We're more connected than ever before. Then why do I feel so distant? Does that make any sense? Potentially this video can reach anyone in the world. So why do I feel more isolated, right? Why do I feel more alone? I don't know, man. I don't know. These are just a bunch of thoughts roaming around in my head, and I wanted to get them out to you guys. So yeah, relationships in the future. I mean, it's already been going downhill, in my opinion. I saw this thing earlier where we all know dating apps. At least I'm in America, in the USA, and you have to pay for dating apps. And it's terrible. I've never paid. Never. I've never had to. But in Japan, I saw that there's like this app where the guys pay. I can't, dude. The guys pay like $35 a month or something. The girls don't have to pay anything. And then there's like different things where once again the men have to pay, and it's like a group meetup or something, and you all just hang out, and then the girls decide if they want to like the guy or something after the date is over. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. That's not how I, grew up. For me it was, you know, you're out, you see a pretty girl, and you go up and you say hi, you start talking to her, right? And she shoots you down, right? I've been turned down thousands and thousands of times. I guarantee I've been turned down more than probably all of you combined. Not that much, but I've been turned down literally hundreds, if not thousands of times. So I'm used to rejection, totally used to it. But the way people have to go about it now just to meet and to go on a date that you paid for already just to be there, that to me holds no logic. I don't get it, but it seems to be the norm. And I've known amazing guys, like amazing men, make good money, great personalities. They're wonderful catch, Can't even get a single match, on Tinder or the dating apps. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And they say, oh dude, I'm just not good with women. And I'm like, dude, but you're awesome, like you're really cool. And I'm sure if you're still watching, you definitely have amazing qualities about you as well that are worth it, that are worth being with, right? And that are worth exploring with somebody. But to not even get that chance, that's awful. It's terrible. You have so much to offer, yet because of some arbitrary criteria you don't meet, you don't even get the opportunity to show your stuff, to show your value, right? That's not a world. That's not a world I want to be a part of, man. And like I said, and once people have those relationships, say you do date somebody, how long does it last? You're being bombarded by social media in every direction, you and her, your partner, in every single way. I mean, it's so one more thing that I will definitely say is it is so amazing the discrepancy between the differences between men and women with dating apps. So like in my experience, even the best of the best men, I'm talking, millionaire men, top 1%, right? They might have a couple hundred matches, which is a lot of matches, right? I've dated women and they've showed me. I've seen their apps and they've showed me, and I'm sure some of you have too. Just normal, an average woman, good looking, thousands and thousands of matches, hundreds of messages on a daily basis. And if you're a guy watching this, you're probably like, what? Could you imagine getting dozens, if not hundreds of messages on a daily basis and trying to filter through that to try to figure out who you want to date or who you want to spend your time with? Whereas, newsflash, ladies, for most guys out there, if they get a single match, it's like an amazing event, okay? It's like life altering for a lot of men out there if they get a single match and they go on a single date. If they get one message a day, that's a huge thing. That's a good day for a guy. Whereas a girl, the average woman, I'm telling you, I've seen it dozens of times. They will have hundreds of messages and thousands of matches. And I'm like, I remember I'm sitting there one time with this girl and I'm like, hey, so like, how do you filter through? Like, how do you decide who you're going to date, who you're going to spend your time with. She's like, well, I do this and this and this. And most of them, I don't even open the message. Like, you can see, how the messages have like the little bubbles, and you can tell if they even opened it, on the receiving end on your app. She's showing me the phone. She didn't even open most of the messages. So it's like, what? Whereas for us guys, that's a reality that we can't even begin to understand. So you have that, you have the dating apps, you have the social media, and then you have the artificial intelligence, the AI that's coming, and that's here. The things you can already do, people can already make. You can already make a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a significant other online. You can talk to them, chat with them. You can do so many things, right? And it's where you think it's going to stop? No, it's only going to get more and more intense. It's only going to eventually become, it's going to be put into a robot body. And then people are going to have relationships with these things. They're already doing it in different countries. So what does that mean for humanity and dating as a whole? I don't know, man. Please let me know your thoughts. Send this video, share this video with whoever you think might find value there. I'm just trying to open the discussion to talk to you guys about all this stuff because, frankly, I have no freaking clue where this is headed. I don't think it's good, but I want to believe that I'm wrong. I want to hope that I'm wrong, that there's a bright side to all of this, that there's a happy ending that's coming, but I just don't see it. I just do not see it. So yeah, I had these thoughts that were in my head, man. I had to get them out to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, dislike, do whatever you're going to do, but just be honest with me. Tell me your truth. Tell me your experiences. Let's get the discussion going. And the best thing I can say for anybody, the best advice I can ever give anyone with relationships is to always be honest. Tell the truth. Honesty is the foundation of any relationship. Being able to trust your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other, whoever they might be, you have to be able to trust them and be honest with them. If you can't do that, you have nothing. I promise you. From there, that's the foundation of your house, okay? If you have a foundation of trust and honesty and openness, you can build the most beautiful house, the most beautiful relationship in the world. You can build a mansion if you want, right? An empire. However, think about that same beautiful mansion that you just built, that same empire that you built with that person. If that foundation isn't strong, if it's not built on a layer of trust and honesty, I don't care how beautiful and how majestic your relationship is. One day, stormy weather will come, okay? Whether it's a tornado or snowstorm or heavy rain, hurricane, whatever. Stormy weather will come and your relationship will crumble to the ground. And you will be left with nothing but dust and echoes. So don't let that happen. Always be honest with each other. Tell the truth, even if it hurts. I am the lion of truth. That's what I value above everything. Hate me, love me, I don't care. Just tell me the truth. Be honest. All right, guys. Take care. See ya.